Welcome back to my garden in York. Do you know what's making this sound? It's a wasp. It's a wasp nibbling up wood. In our garden it nibbles up our wooden trellis, munches, 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 and it also nibbles our wooden furniture. And what it does is it mixes it with its saliva and it creates a papery type substance that it makes its nest out of. Now I've got a wasp's nest here so you can have a look. Bear with, I'll go and get it. Here is a wasp's nest, and can you see it makes this very fine papery substance. Here we are, that's what the nest is made out of. Can you see that? And that is what it does with the wood that it munches, that it nibbles, that it munches in your garden or wherever it finds some wood to nibble. There we are. We got the idea for making paper from wasps, from watching wasps make this papery substance. In the 1700s, a French scientist called Réaumur, he watched wasps doing this. He watched them munching up wood, mixing it with their saliva and creating this papery substance, and he thought to himself, if the wasps can do that, I wonder if we could do that. I wonder if we could take wood, mix it with something wet to make something papery. It took us a long time to work out how to do it, but now every time you open a book or take out a piece of paper to draw or paint on, to write on, thank a wasp. It was the wasps, with their papery nests, who gave us the idea. We wasps were the clever. We wasps were the smart. We nibble up your furniture and turn it into art. We're engineers, come artists, and what we like the best is swirling different colours round our perfect paper nest. Yes, you heard right. We said paper. We told you we're not dead. Eons before you humans, we invented paper. Thank you to the blackbird that's been accompanying me. That poem was from my award-winning book, Buzzing, Discover the Poetry in Garden Mini-Beasts. And here is the poem as it appears in that book, in case you'd like to perform it for yourself. Now, the way I like to perform it is to accentuate the s and z sounds to sort of conjure up the idea of a wasp. But you might like to perform it in a completely different way. I'd love to know how you do decide to perform it. So send me your video or your audio so I can have a listen. Here are the accompanying facts about the wasp from my buzzing book, and you'll see it explains here about the French scientist Réaumur, who I mentioned earlier, who in the 1700s watched wasps chewing wood and mixing it with their saliva to make a papery type substance and had the idea that we could do it as well. It took us till around the middle of the 19th century to work out how to do it, how to make paper in the way wasps do. Of course, before that, we did have paper. It was the Chinese, we think, who invented paper around 2,000 years ago, but they didn't make it out of wood. The paper we were using here before we worked out how to make it using wood and water was made out of rags. I wonder if you will see and hear wasps nibbling wood where you are. It's a very interesting sound to hear. Wasps aren't the only insects to have inspired us to come up with an interesting invention. It's worth watching the mini-beasts around you very carefully. Who knows what amazing invention they might inspire you to come up with, just like Réaumur came up with the idea of paper by watching wasps. For more of my Learning Through Laughter, Rhythm and Rhyme nature videos about the mini-beasts and birds you might be seeing where you are now, go to my website, thebigbuzz.biz, and click on Stuck at Home Resources. So happy mini-beast watching and mini-beast listening to wherever you may find yourselves just now, and I will see you again soon for another Learning Through Laughter, Rhythm and Rhyme nature video.